So one way of cost effectively resurfacing a driveway or a parking area is to come in and use a milling machine and remove, 1.5 to 2 inches of material. Using a milling machine, you can remove it evenly 1.5 inches, load it into a truck and truck it away. Majority of residential driveways, a milling machine is not going to be used just because you need a pretty big area to justify a milling machine. Unless the driveway has some pretty good size to it, it's going to be more cost effective to take a machine in there and just remove it all, just from a logistics standpoint. To use a milling machine, you first have to get the milling machine there. And then you have to have all these trucks that support it, whereas the skid steers are common practice, and if you have a milling machine there, you still need a skid steer because the milling machines are so large they don't fit into all the right spots. Milling machines are really common. You see them on roads, big parking lots, because they will do the breaking up of the material and the loading out of the material all in one. But from a driveway standpoint, not very common. If you had a driveway that's 1,000 feet long, you might have a mill come in there, but it's really got to be a spot where the mill can just go. It can't be a spot where the mill has to pick up and set down and pick up and set down. You need big, large open areas to use a milling machine. If you do have one of those scenarios, the milling machine can save you some money in the sense that if you have a driveway that was built originally with like 2 lifts where it's already a really thick driveway and you can get by with shaving off, 1.5 to 2 inches of it, then instead of replacing 4 or 5 inches of blacktop, you can just redo the top 2 inches. So there's a huge savings as far as material, as far as labor, because now you're not trucking out, for basic numbers, instead of, if it's 2,000 tons total and you only mill out half of it, well, you've just saved $1,000 or 1,000 ton in trucking, and a lot of time in removal, and now you only have to put 1,000 ton back in. And if the driveway wasn't totally failing in the first place, a lot of the times you can get a lot more life out of the product for a fraction of the cost. It's more of it's a process that's used more on the commercial side more than the residential side, and it's very common. I mean, the public sector uses it all over, but you really need a parking lot or a surface that was installed the first time around that was set up with that in mind for future. Because if you only have 3 inches of blacktop, it's kind of hard to mill out 2 inches, because now you have to repave over that last inch without destroying it, if that makes sense.